So now that we have it set up to where we have our outro, we have our game restarting and all that, when the players are dead, we want a visual indicator to, well, indicate that the players are dead. Now that's going to be in the form of a ragdoll, and in this specific case, we do have a problem with testing it because we can only test if our players are downed, because if we die, we are immediately ending the match, which immediately triggers the outro to start playing. So we want some kind of basic delay here before we call end match. So we're going to make a simple timer. So F timer handle, let's call it the end match timer handle. Get world timer manager. We want to set timer. Passing in the end match timer handle. And let's see here, this for the object, and for the function, we're just going to call end match, which takes no parameters, so it'll be an easy call. So a zombies game mode, end match. Then let's see, next is the rate. So let's see, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, probably something like 3 seconds would be sufficient for now. And looping is false. And that's that. So let's go ahead and rebuild. And I will just test with a single client, which is what I want to do anyways. And we should have it to where instead of immediately triggering an end game, it waits 3 seconds. So I'm going to press G one more time. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. And there we go. So it did take the corresponding 3 seconds. So that is good. We are applying the dead effect handle to the player and all that stuff. So what we want to do now is go to the pawn. So here we have the player pawn, and we are basically just going to register a gameplay event to where when we receive the dead tag, we can ragdoll. So in our case, we have the initializability system, which both clients and the server will call. After everything here has been done, here's where we want to do our registration to that tag. So basically, grab the ability system component, and we want to register to a gameplay tag event, with the tag being tag underscore state underscore dead. So that means we need to include the corresponding data tags state tags.h. And from here, we can go ahead and add a U object, this being the object, and we need a function, askg pawn, let's call it on, let's see, what do we call it in the zombie? It's something like on pawn death or something. We have apply death. Yeah, so on death. And we're also going to just copy the parameters. So on death. Simple enough name. Let's go to the header and implement it. So void on death. And there's our corresponding parameters, the gameplay tag and the count for said gameplay tag. So let's go ahead and include the gameplay tag container.h and create our definition. So I'm going to move this above our look and move. Now, when we die, we want to basically trigger a ragdoll, and we're quite frankly going to be doing the bulk of what we're already doing in here. So I would like to set, a lifespan for the pawn cleanup, basic stuff like that. Maybe we can clean up after a specific round. So when the new round happens, we do a cleanup pass. I actually kind of like that idea now that I think about it. So we're not going to set a lifespan. We're going to do a cleanup in the game, when the new round happens. So that way, our body is always there until we are back in the game. So things we want to do, we want to stop ticking our movement component. We want to stop our animation system and all that, and do the ragdoll itself. Okay, it just occurred to me I'm doing this twice. So let's remove this top one there and simply copy and paste from our zombie. So we need to get our capsule component. Let's go ahead and include that and our movement component as well. So we include the components capsule component and the, where's the movement component? Game framework pawn movement component.h. So now we should be pretty much good to go. And I can't think of much else to have beyond that. Probably wouldn't be a bad idea to have some kind of on death event if we need it, but I'm not going to add it unless we, well, do need it. So this should trigger our ragdoll. Now there's more stuff that's going to have to be done, but I will just kind of show you as we go. Okay, back in the editor, I'm going to go ahead and die, 3, 2, 1, and we ragdoll. So, dang nabbit, I didn't want to start the outro yet. I'm actually going to disable the outro for now, because that is going to be a little bit annoying. But basically, the problems are, well, first one, I guess technically isn't really a problem. It's more of a design choice, but I would kind of like to have the camera roll and rotate with the mesh. So you can see here, it's, I can still turn and all that stuff. Can't move, but the camera, just get rid of that guy. And it's going to crash because I don't have a valid setup at this point because of what is going on. So this is where we need to kind of, at some point in the near future, wrap up our AI logic to not target downed or dead players. But thankfully, that should be a pretty simple thing to actually implement. So that'll be on the very near to-do list. Okay, back in the editor, I'm just going to move this guy pretty far away. So that way we actually have some time. I guess I actually could have deleted him, but meh. So what I'm referring to is when I die, the main thing being, I want the camera, or the camera to kind of follow the head. So that'll also resolve the problem of not being able to, being able to rotate like this, as well as, dang, he's gotten close fast. The firearm, where is the firearm? Yeah, let me just try it again, because that guy was getting close. So you can see the firearm kind of detaches from the hands and all that stuff, whereas it should still be, at least I want it to be, attached to the right hand. So we want to resolve both of those. So the first one being, when, we ragdoll and all that, if we are locally controlled, I want to go ahead and set the camera. So camera component, the use pawn control rotation to be false. That way it'll rotate basically with the head mesh and all of that. And then if we have something that is in our hand, so we need to get our equipment component. And we want to get the, let's see, we should have a function for this to get the equipped actor. So we have find, get next equipable. We do not. So this will be a good time to actually add that in. So let's simply have a actor. Let's do get equipped actor. And that'll simply return the equipped actor. So get equipped actor, and we want to wrap this in an if statement. So equipped actor equals get equipped actor, in which case we want to grab the equipped actor, and instead of attaching it, keeping it attached to IK handgun, which is the reason it was looking like it was detached, we want to instead attach it specifically to hand R. So the scene component, basically the parent is going to be get mesh. The attachment rules, so F attachment transform rules is going to be keep world transform. And then regarding a socket name, we want to change it to hand_R. Now I want to define this hand just like we did with IK handgun and all of the others in the core module. Wait, am I not using that? Oh, yeah, I am. So we have our, oh, I guess I didn't actually have that there, but right hand socket, hand underscore R, and why not do a left hand as well, even though we're likely not going to need it, but hand L. And let's call this one holdable socket, which will be IK hand gun. So I think I might have defined that somewhere else. Or maybe not, because I don't remember exactly where I'm doing the, oh, I am doing the hatching. So at actor attach socket, which is, oh, never mind, we already have that. We already have the IK gun, handgun here. So we just want to use right hand socket. So let's go back down here, replace the hand R with right hand socket. Now we can give this another try. But basically, this should take whatever firearm we have, and we're basically going to just leave it attached to the right hand as we ragdoll. Okay, once we are back in the editor, press play and press G, and there we go. We have our camera ragdolling like we want. Well, like I want. Oh, that's gonna be fun. It it's messing up. So my mouse movement left is that, up is that's really gonna mess with me. So I need to eject like right when this happens. There we go. That's decent enough. Okay, so we can see, and of course we're laying on the hand. Let me go to, I don't know, try my luck at the stairs. There we go. So you can see we still have the firearm in the right hand. Everything works pretty much how we want. I press F8 again. We are, yeah, dead on the ground. So, yeah, there we go. That is pretty much what I wanted. So I would like to confirm with 2 clients that this is in fact good to go. It should be. So this guy, I'm just going to walk and die. Oh yeah, that's right, because I'm downed. I'm not dead. So now when I walk and die on this guy, we should both ragdoll. Well, I ragdoll. And the other player saw it, which is an indicator that replication is good to go. So I'll be downed on this guy, and I'll die on this guy. And the firearm is still, it's kind of hard to see, but it's almost attached correctly. So my guess is when the server, because attaching does happen server side as well, and the server is attaching it at a different point in time than when the client does. So my guess is it just kind of being more or less overridden at the wrong time. So there are things that we can do, such as when the firearm is, like when this logic runs, we can basically set it to be dormant, so it's not going to have anything replicate. So let's try that. So on the equipped actor, if we have authority, we want to set the net dormancy to E net dormancy to be dormant all, because we don't want it to replicate. And let's see. Okay, this does do a authority check, so we don't really need it. So we're going to disable the attachment replication part. And with any luck, that should, well, resolve it. And, give us a little bit of a performance improvement because, well, the dead player's gun does not need to replicate. And I'm going to play in the viewport so we can see it a little bit better. So I'll be down on this client and die on this guy. And it looks like the firearm is at the wrong point again. So I can die as this guy, I think. Yep. Okay, so yeah, the firearm is basically snapping to hand R. So this keep world transform, for whatever reason, is not seeming to work client side, and I don't quite know why. So let's see. I don't know if there's any other additional parameters. Yeah, doesn't seem to be, but yes, at least we know the problem. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and just print out a log, or not a log, but a comment saying something like on client keep world transform is not working question mark. So that way we have something to look into. But anyways, we have our player being able to visually die. So let's go back to our game mode and uncomment the timer and just get an idea as to what that's going to look like when we're actually playing. Okay, so we rebuilt. So go ahead and, I don't know. Oh no, I died. Okay, so to me, that was almost a too short delay. I'll make the delay 5 seconds because I kind of want to make sure that for the most part, I am, stopped moving at the time when that runs, hopefully. Okay, give it another try. And I would say I do like that a little bit better. So I'm satisfied with that. I'd say we are on well, in a good spot. So we have the death state, we have the player dying, we have the round restarting, we have the outro, we have pretty much everything we need in that aspect. But we don't really have a proper down state. Now, this is where it's going to get a little tricky. I don't know if I want to tackle it yet because I don't actually have animations for it. I haven't made them yet. But I need to figure out something in terms of animations to, well, do for the down state. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do here. So that'll just be one of those we'll have to see kind of things. But, anyways, that is going to be all for this video, and I will see you in the next one. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can also get early access to this entire series.